Hey everybody, Peter with BibleMoneyMatters.com. Sitting outside today on a sunny 98 to 100 degree day here. It's a beautiful, hot, sweltering day here in Minnesota. It doesn't happen very often, but I thought I'd sit outside on our patio here and do a quick video about garage sales. We had a garage sale this past weekend, and I think it went pretty well. We ended up making about $300, just over $300 with our sale. And that's on a rainy day, a really bad rainy day we had here in Minnesota last weekend. So it's not too bad of a haul, I think. So today I wanted to give a few garage sale tips, some tips on setting up your space for your garage sale, and then a couple of tips on what to do with your stuff after the sale if it hasn't sold. So first of all, some garage sale planning tips. First thing that I think a lot of people should really consider doing is doing their sale on a day that others in their neighborhood are doing a sale, when there's a group sale, a neighborhood sale, something along those lines where there's going to be more foot traffic in the neighborhood than there otherwise would be just for an individual garage sale. When people see that there's going to be 20 different households having a garage sale, they're much more likely to come to your neighborhood and buy something. Also, another tip, make sure that you're going to get help from another person on the day of the garage sale. There's a variety of reasons why you should have someone else there with you. First of all, for safety's sake, if you're just a single woman there by yourself running a sale, it may not be the safest place, especially if you have large amounts of money there. It's good to have someone else there to watch your back if you have to run to the house to use the restroom. Somebody will be there to watch, make sure nobody steals your stuff or your money or anything like that. It's also just good to have someone there who can cash people out, and somebody else can help people explain what something is or if it works and so forth. So it's always just good to have helping hands there at your garage sale. We had several people at our sale over the weekend, and it really did help. Another tip, make sure that you advertise your garage sale. There are a lot of different places you can advertise. First of all, make sure you advertise on Craigslist. It's free. They have a garage sale section, and people will often go on there and search for a bunch of garage sales in one location before they head out. So make sure you list at Craigslist. There's other sites called, one of them is weekendtreasure.com, another is yardsaleportal.com. Also make sure to list in your local newspapers, especially if it's free, which often it is. Post a notice on your local bulletin board, at the grocery store, at your local credit union. But just make sure you're getting the word out there about your sale. Another important thing to do is to put up signs for your garage sale. This is something I think a lot of people neglect to do, or neglect to do well at least. Make sure you're putting up signs in your neighborhood, pointing people towards your sale. Also make sure that your signs are really legible, that they're clear and easy to read. Don't put a whole bunch of stuff on there that's really tiny. Just put, yard sale, 8 to 5 p.m. Monday and Tuesday, and then make sure that you're putting up signs that are going to hold up to the weather or the wind. Far too often you'll see people who put up just a piece of cardboard that's blowing in the wind and then it gets blown away or whatever. Do something like using a real estate sign and pasting your cardboard sign to that, so that it's sturdy and that it stays up there, and so that it's not going to blow away. Another thing to remember, try to get some cash before your garage sale. Head over to your local bank, get a roll of quarters, maybe $25 in singles and $25 in fives, something along those lines, just to make sure you have change to make for people when they buy stuff at your sale. Know what your goal is for your sale. A lot of people don't really talk about that with their spouse or with the other people they're doing the sale with, whether their goal is to make money with the sale or if the goal is to actually just get rid of stuff. Depending on which your goal is, your pricing and your strategy for negotiating on prices could be quite a bit different. Along those same lines, another tip, make sure you're pricing your items carefully. Rule of thumb that I've heard is that never price your stuff more than 25% of the original cost of the item, and preferably lower. But again, make sure you're pricing your items so that they draw people in, not so they don't scare people away, and also keep your goal of your sale in mind when you're pricing your items out. And finally, be wary of con artists and scammers coming out to your garage sales. There are people that make a killing doing this sort of thing. They'll come out, they'll run change cons where they'll give you a 10, but then they'll say they gave you a 20, and then when you're counting out the change, and they'll run all sorts of con games on you. Be wary of that stuff. When you're counting people's change out, take their money, put it on the table, count out their change while the money's still on the table, so that they can't run some sort of a con on you like that. Also, be careful about having a lockbox or other type thing at your sale, especially if you're going to be getting up from the table and helping people or whatever. Try to do something where you can keep the money on your person, either in your pocket or one of those money belts around your waist, something along those lines where you can keep an eye on your money and not let it out of your sight. So those are a few garage sale planning tips. Now, here's a few things to consider when you're setting up your garage sale space. First of all, think like a retailer. When you're setting up your garage sale tables, make sure that you're leaving enough room in the aisles for people to move about. Don't set it up so there's only one way to get in and then they get trapped in that area if somebody else comes in. Make sure there's plenty of area to move around and that they can get to what they want to get to without feeling confined and closed in. Also, something that we did at our garage sale was just to play some soft background music in the background. There's nothing more awkward than going to a garage sale and sitting there watching somebody trying to shop and there's just dead silence. Take away that dead silence by just giving them some soft background music. We just used some Bob Marley. In the past we've used also maybe some Hawaiian music. Just something easy listening, soft, whatever, that will help to break it up a little bit. Something else, be friendly, but not overtly friendly. Don't get overly chatty or anything like that, because people want to shop for stuff. They're not there to talk to you, they're there to look for stuff. You can kind of scare them away a little bit sometimes by being overly friendly. Another thing about setting up your space, try to move things out of your garage. Your garage is, most garages are going to be kind of a dark, dank place. Move stuff out into your driveway and out onto your lawn. Make it more inviting to draw people into your garage if you do have stuff in your garage still. But put some nice big items out on the driveway, maybe a chair or some dressers. Put a couple of rugs out on the grassy area. But move everything out of your garage. Don't let your garage be your only space. This is one area that we had problems with at our garage sale because it was raining out and we had to have everything in the garage, so that kind of hurt us a little bit. Organize your things in your garage sale by theme. So maybe put all the electronics in one area and then put all the baby clothes in another area. In other words, just make it organized, make it easy for people to shop and easy for them to find the things that they're looking for. Also, make sure that you're displaying all your things that you're selling in a good light. If you're selling some nice folding chairs, for example, unfold them and put them out on the driveway. Or if you're selling a TV, think about plugging it in and playing a movie on loop on the TV. But again, just display things in a way that makes them more appealing and more sellable. Finally, label your things clearly that you're selling. Make sure you put on a nice label that has a price and maybe even a couple of things about the item. It's a nice item in good condition, and just make it easy for people to know what they're looking at, how much it costs. And finally, think about even selling some snacks at your garage sale. So what are some things you can do after your garage sale? If maybe you haven't sold all your items, you have a bunch of stuff left over. There's a few things that I think are good ideas to do. First of all, when we had our garage sale, we had a bunch of stuff left over, and the first thing we did was try to sell some of the bigger ticket items on Craigslist. We listed them the next day, and within the next 2 days we had sold over $150 worth of other stuff on Craigslist. Everything might not sell that way though. Some other options, the things you can do, give stuff away. Use websites like freecycle.org, where you can tell people that you're giving stuff away for free. or you can donate your items to Goodwill or Salvation Army or another worthy cause. Finally, you can just junk your items. Sometimes your items didn't sell for a reason. They're dirty, or they're old, or maybe they're just not worth anything. Consider maybe junking some of those items. So those are my tips for the day for having a good garage sale. Hopefully you'll find some of those helpful. If you do have a garage sale this summer, let us know. Leave a comment on the blog and tell us how it went, and give us some of your own tips. So thanks for stopping by.